Very good evening. Welcome to Les Sables d'Olonne. It is 6:30 and time for our Vendée Globe Flash in English. Starting off with the standings this evening at 6 o'clock. Well, Charlie Dallin is still on top. He's lost about 13 miles though to Thomas Riong, who's catching up very slowly. He's 52.1 miles behind. Jean Le Cam going super steadily. He is in third at 287 miles behind the leader. He's 36 miles ahead of Kevin Escoffier, much the same kind of speeds recently. Then Kevin Escoffier is 47 miles ahead of Yannick Bestaven, who's fifth, and he's been sailing in sight of our German skipper Boris Herrmann. They're only about a mile apart and doing exactly the same speeds just now. Then in seventh, Sebastian Simon on the Juan K designed Arkea Peprec in seventh place. Eighth is Alex Thompson, who is making 9.2 knots over the last 30 minutes up to 6 o'clock this evening, so speeding things up on board Hugo Boss. Louis Burton and Sam Davis, we saw earlier on in the day, have jibed to the south. They've lost some miles to the leaders consequently, but they're going well, about 30 miles apart. And say Sam is in 10th. Giancarlo Pedotti, the Italian on the Prismian Group, is 13th, chasing Damien Sagan. Damien Sagan is about 28 miles ahead. Maxime Sorel is not far behind him. Then looking further down, we have Alan Rura, our Swiss skipper, who's in 18th position. He is just still quicker than Roman Attanasio and has been catching up with Roman quite nicely. He's about 33 miles behind, but I say is catching. Then on the next page of the standings, we see Pip Hare, Arnaud Boissy and Didac Costa all within 16 miles, and the British skipper Pip is still leading these two guys. Miranda Merrin is still slowed in the doldrums, as indeed is Clement Giraud and Ari Husela. Sebastian Destremo still struggling with his keel head problems. He's doing about a knot this evening. And Kojiro Shiraishi, he's in the doldrums as well, and he's going pretty slow, but he is in 31st place. So that's the standings. As we know, Alex Thompson continuing to make his repairs predominantly through the nights and late evenings when the temperatures are not quite so hot, it's not quite so humid. We expect him to do a little bit more, but this was Alex's latest video from Hugo Boss.
Hello. Well, I've just finished laminating in the hole. Do you want to come see? There's one patch of laminate. There's another. That one in there is a bit trickier. And then the final one. So here are all the tools for last night's exercise. We've got the carbon fibre cloth, scissors to cut it, measuring device, electric screwdriver, some glue, a glove, and here we've got the resin. So we've got base resin and the hardener, and then you put that in the pot and you mix it up, and then you haven't got very long because it's so warm here before it does something called exotherm. It basically reacts together. That's how it goes hard, and when it's in a big lump in a pot, it goes off and it can actually start a fire. So Pete gave me some good advice. He said get a bucket, half a bucket full of water just outside the compartment, and if it exotherms, then just pop the pot in the bucket of water. Good advice. All very tricky as well when you've got very light winds overnight. So I had like 3-4 knots. I think I was the slowest boat in the entire fleet last night. Very shifty, black clouds. So quite tricky to go and work up in the bow there where you really don't have an idea what is happening outside. But as you can see, the sun's come up. Time for me probably to get a few hours of shut-eye, get my head down, and only one stage left to go. So fit the beams, the girders, or the L flanges, I think the boat builders call it. So that will be today or this evening.
So Alex still got a little bit of work to do, we understand, but he is up at 9.2 knots over the last Classemongs, since the last Classemongs, that is. Very much at the same kind of speeds as the boats round about him, and back in the race for the moment. Say a little bit more work to do. Join us tomorrow at 12:30 UTC and our English Live. Our guest will be Antoine Marmod, who is the president of the AMOCA class. Any questions for him, please post them on our social media channels, on Twitter, on Facebook, and indeed on Instagram, or watch the website and keep yourselves up to date. Join us tomorrow then with the English Live at 12:30.